Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Aridney and let's get on with it. So lately I've been feeling the spooky type vibe, so I wanted to draw something along those lines, and I thought, what better than Generation Lost fan art? So I had a lot of fun with this piece. Drawing Rambo is always really great because usually if you're drawing him, the content creator, or in this case Generation Lost Rambo, you don't really have to draw the lower half of the face and it automatically looks like him normally if you just put the mask on. So it was great because bottom up faces are hard, so yeah, I had a lot of fun. So right now I'm going in with a 0.1 like teeny tiny micron pen, and I've already put down a sketch layer. I guess it's not a layer because I'm not doing digital, but I've already put down my sketch and I'm just going over it with that. And as we pan out, so just the composition of this, the character is meant to be holding a VHS tape, but I was too lazy to look up a reference when I was sketching it, so I kind of put his hands in front of it so that you wouldn't really have to look at it very much. And then behind him is kind of just this ominous entity, I guess, and it has his hand on his shoulder, so the character is spooked. So yeah. So it was at this point that I realized that I forgot to add in the entity's salad fingers, and that I had just drawn the shoulder like as it should be, so I had to kind of go on top of that line, and later I tried to disguise it with color, but I don't know how that came across. Then here I am just erasing that sketch layer, and after I erased the sketch layer I went back in with the micron pen to just add a couple details. I like to do this once I've erased the sketch layer because then you see mistakes and stuff that you didn't think were there when the sketch layer was there. And then I tried to go over the entity's fingers to kind of disguise that mistake. And then I swatched out all of my colors and started on his hair. This is the first time in a while that I have filmed myself drawing, so a lot of the time I'll just forget that the camera is there and my hand will be in the way of a lot of the video, so please do excuse that. So this hair was an absolute joy to shade. It was really fun just going in with those darker accents over that base color. It gave me a lot of joy and it was really satisfying as well. Then we went in and added in a skin color as well as coloring his eyebrow and just giving some blush as well. Then I tried to tone his skin with like a light purple, but it didn't really work very well. Then I went in and added the red color. So right here, once I got done with his sleeves, I used a similar red color, I think a bit darker. I think it's the same color that I used to do the shading on the sleeves, to add in the blood on his mask, and I wanted it to look a little bit darker than this because I'm pretty sure that real blood, when it's coming out that much, is more like of a black with tinted red. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, that's what I think. So I actually kind of added brown to achieve that effect, and it worked really well. And then the blood that wasn't on his mask needed to be darker, so we added in black for that, and that worked really well as well. So right here is where we added the shading for the skin in a kind of pinkish brown color, which worked out pretty well. I don't think that his skin tone matches the rest, but I also used that color to kind of give more of a pinkish hue to his hair, because that's the overall effect that I wanted to achieve. So then we went in with the gray and we started filling in the little stripes on his, I don't know what the neck cuff is called. and then his like little cuffs, and then we filled in the main body of the jacket with the light gray, and also the shirt. Then with most of the base colors added, I moved on to shading the shirt and the jacket, which was pretty fun. And also I realized that, again, I neglected the entity sounds, so that got a little touch up as well. So here's where the coloring starts to get a little bit more interesting. I didn't think that the main body of the jacket fit in very well with the rest of the colors because they're mostly warm and I used a cold gray. So I went over it with this Thistle Rose Pink in Copic, and that did it for me. I absolutely loved that effect, and I had a lot of fun with that. And then to contrast all the warm colors, I made the entity's hands sort of a cold gray. I don't know how well that comes across, but I still really like the effect it gives. It was at this point that I was mostly satisfied with how the characters' colors were looking, and I started tracing the character in black Copic marker to prepare to get the background in. So I didn't want to waste the ink from my nice alcohol markers to fill in the background, so I literally just dug up this kind of janky Expo marker, like this dry erase marker, to fill in most of the background. It died a couple of times, so I had to go in with some alcohol markers. But it actually did a really good job, and I'm really pleased with how it worked. But in the end, I ended up using the black Copic again. And after I was done with that, to kind of smooth out, because you can kind of see the transition, I just used the dry erase marker again to kind of make that look better. At this point, I just kind of put in some finishing touches, just some things that like needed correcting or just needed to look better, like now that we had the background in, to kind of copy. And I think that I forgot about the VHS tape, so I colored that in, and then I didn't have enough pink, so I needed more pink, so I added more. I wanted some darker shading on the sleeves, so I dug up this deep maroon Sharpie that I had and kind of gave them more definition, and then I also did the same with the other clothes as well. Then it was time to complete every artist's favorite part of every drawing and add in the highlights. So this really brought the piece together a lot. It really added a lot of texture, and I apologize for my hand being in the way for a lot of this, but yeah. Then I realized that I had really neglected the hoodie tied around his waist, so I did some shading and stuff on that to make it look like it was part of the rest of the picture, and added some more like sort of color corrections to the entity's eye thingies, and yeah, it looked really good. At this point, I kind of felt like the line art had been lost in the colors, so I just went back with a micron pen and kind of emphasized those lines. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it made a big-ish difference in real life. And after all that, here's the finished piece in all its glory. I really love how it turned out, and I really love the color palette. What do you think? Tell me in the comment section down below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And have a fantastic day. Bye.